already backed up to begin with.
Fayette Commonwealth's attorney Kimberly Baird says the pandemic made the backlog of unresolved criminal court cases worse. Crime was still happening during that time, but jury trials were paused.
We're just so overwhelmed with cases that you just can't get them pled out. You can't get them set for trial.
This is what she means by overwhelmed.
We probably have maybe 3,500 open cases.
And she says it can be difficult to catch up.
You're dealing with a limited number of judges with a limited number of days open on a calendar. I have a murder case that in November, we just hit year 7 in January. So we won't try it till November.
On the other side of the courtroom aisle, defense attorney Raul Kazee understands his counterpart's position.
Yeah, we've still got some open cases from, probably as late as 2017 or 2019.
Kazee says those delays can be hard on his clients. His clients tell him a lot of jails have gone to virtual chats with family. That eliminates that face-to-face contact with a loved one.
As the time goes by, longer and longer, without any kind of real connection to a family unit, people start making different choices based upon, feeling isolated.
He says the right to a speedy trial sounds clear-cut, but it can come with an asterisk.
And one of those caveats we saw during the pandemic, if justice requires otherwise or if it's not possible.
Kazee says there's also a backlog in KCPC mental evaluations and DNA evidence. Information from those agencies impact a case's progress.
I know that a lot of these places that are backlogged also are very short-staffed.
Baird's solution? At least move those lower-level felonies through the system that may not need a trial. Both sides of the court agree. Delays can be an emotional roller coaster.
The not knowing is one of the hardest things to deal with.
In Lexington, Kelsey Soto, WKYT.